Hey Maze, how you do? This is Warhammer. Does the chat look alright? Ah, excellent. I'm glad you like the look of it. So this is the more turn-based side when you're on the overworld, and it's a big world. I've just discovered this much, but there is thousands of miles in every direction, and all sorts of peoples live there. And I am playing the orcs. And this is what World of Warcraft is based off of before the deal fell through, and then they decided to slightly alter things to make World of Warcraft. It was going to be a Warhammer game. So these are the dwarves, and where the dwarves live, and they're quite similar to the other dwarves. And then we've got the orcs, who I am playing. So I'm not quite Thrall, I'm something else, but there it is. And then there's all sorts of other human factions and everything else going on, but yeah, it's insanely interesting. This is the end of my turn though, so the AI are going to have their go. But when you get to the battle section, it's real time, of course, because you've played Total War before, so it'll be that kind of battle style rather than the turn-based overscreen. It looks a bit laggy on the end turn screen because they try and fast forward it as much as possible. They don't want turn times to be too much because you can have as many as like 300 factions trying to do things. Well, you have fun at work, I assume? Yep. Ah, so Azhag the Green Prophet has finally messaged me, but just like Skarsnik, we're going to beat him in combat and confederate him. So I'm not going to accept this. I'm just going to make him a little bit sad. But it's good to see that he's still alive. In fact, he has some towns right nearby. So this is good. Stream seems to be up and running. We've got chat working and everything else. Oh wow, Osterland. The Celestial College, Augurs of War, muster the state troops. Valmir von Rokov declared war, and I'm gonna ask Sylvania to help me with this, which they are more than happy to do because they also very much dislike that faction. Azhag's under attack. That's fine, but we don't want him to get too destroyed. One of your most trusted bosses has come back from a raid empty-handed, so he says. But he's wearing a right nifty helmet. It's all shiny. Where's he get all that dosh to polish that helmet? So I can upset everyone in all armies for 3 turns by quite a lot by demanding he pay me. You want your teeth? As is your right as the big boss. If you don't give you some, then punch him in the mouth and take his teeth instead. Or I could be more magnanimous and say it ain't worth worrying about. Well, he's a good one, and if he did nick some loot, then what's a few teeth between mates? Now, if he does it again, then we'll have to get mean. So the shiny helmet, the boys look upon the new helmet with some envy. It's going to cost me more to recruit troops for the next 3 turns. But everyone's going to get +5 leadership. We got battles coming up. We're going to go for the +5 leadership. And I guess if he is a good lad, we'll let it slide this once. So now I can upgrade Squigs, which is cool. Got a backstabber for one of me mates. Let's see about that research. Bigger and better bosses. Of course, they's not as good as you, boss. But they still pretty good. A Lord Recruit rank of +5 upon initial creation is pretty amazing.
You need me? Plotting and scheming.
Yeah, we did get that extra guy. Let's try and move this backstabber off of Ornery, which is another lord entirely, and give it to Skarsnik's lad. And then we'll have it on more of the guys that are, you know, battling now, rather than on the guys that will be battling later. I do believe we had a Type 2 Troll Hut back here. So we can recruit Giant River Troll Hagcasters as a hero. Gonna pick up the one that's confident. Self-belief is a fine thing when not misplaced. Which is going to give leadership 10 to the Troll Hag, who's going to have quite a low leadership, naturally. And +2 to every unit in the army, which is fantastic.
River Troll Hag!
Glistening with putrid swamp gunk, Troll Hags sate their voracious appetites with anything and everything they can get their slimy hands on. So they have a sack full of all sorts of fish and people and everything else that they just eat as they go along. Quite gruesome if you are caught. Now I'm able to recruit all sorts of bosses. These are the Savage Orcs, these are regular Orcs, and this is a Black Orc big boss. I think this one's going to be more defensive, the Black Orc, in a lot of ways. They're more about toughness, whereas I think the Orc big boss, if they've implemented them, are going to be a bit more fighty. So we'll get a perceptive Orc big boss. We've read that tooltip out before. That has the magic item drop chance and the campaign line of sight. Because Frenzy would be nice on another lord, but in Azhag's army, we already have Frenzy for the whole army. So we'll get a free Frenzy. Azhag's starting to heal now that he's gotten rid of the plague, but he is standing next to someone who might transmit the plague back to him. A little bit unfortunate.
I got my brother.
I think what we're going to do, because we've got these war armies with us,
Trixie.
we're going to plow on in and stop him from recruiting any further.
Get him!
We scout ahead at the Met. These, it's quite similar to the ones that we fought without walls, but there is now an outer wall around all of these places. So we're going to need just the one battering ram for a side. Actually, there's two gaps here. And then we'll get some siege towers in there as well, of course. So that'll be fun. And we'll pull Azhag around the corner and hope that he doesn't catch the plague again. He's got a lot of troops at the ready as well. This lad, I'm certain he was interested in having a load of trolls. Yeah, cool. So we finally got him back. Let's try and get 3 of my lowest tier goblins fired. Sorry, boys. And then he's going to hire some trolls when we're not quite so desperate for cash.
Anything you say.
That was Ostland up here that declared war on me. Let's start moving up that way, both to defend and possibly to raid for more cash. I think I'll once again cancel this defensive building over here. Give myself a little bit more room to play with. Still not going to recruit the trolls here yet. That's just going to put me in the red even further. This was the Goblin with the Riders. So most of our Riders aren't in another category. They are still just Goblins. We don't really need anything too much there.